I started working for the university in 1995 in research and mechanical engineering department. I worked there for about 7 years, and one of the mechanical engineering professors was a professor here in our department. He wanted to start doing some research, and he couldn't fulfill his complete teaching load. So he asked me if I'd be willing to help him out. So when he would have to travel for his research or anything, would I be willing to come into his classroom and guest lecture? And that was in 2002. So I said, sure. So I just wasn't paid or anything. I just made a lecture and showed up, and I really enjoyed it, and the kids seemed to respond to me. So the kids started asking for me instead of him. That's what he said. And so I was like, when is she coming back? So eventually, that same professor took a sabbatical doing research, and I took his position. I started out as part-time and eventually worked into a full-time position here.
Back in the early 1990s, shortly after I came to Texas A&M, we were trying to expand our staff, and Kim Carlson had just moved here with her husband from Pennsylvania, and she applied for a position with the Energy Systems Lab. And I remember taking her to a Mexican food place up just in North Bryan, and she was wonderful. Curtis Baker and I were the two who interviewed her. And we just had a great time. I immediately knew she seemed very capable, had great HVAC experience, and looked like she fit with our team real well. Joe Horland, our department head, had the same reaction to Kimberly, that she was great. Young woman, being able to teach on the mechanical side was something he was really interested in. So they hired her, and she became much more integral to the department. It's been an absolute blast to have known Kimberly this long. We're still good friends.
I had been working for the department for about 15 years. So long story short, my husband was in a position to change jobs, and consequently I was going to have to leave the department. So I went to discuss this with our department head, and he said, how would you feel about teaching your class online? And at first, I'll be honest, I was a little hesitant, because my biggest fear about online teaching was, how am I going to reach the students? How am I going to have a personal relationship and connect with these students through some sort of video media? But I agreed to try it. This will be my second year of online teaching. We started with 40 students, then we had 70 in the class, and now we're up to over 100 in the class. And so last year, I went to the International Home Builders Show in Las Vegas. I had an opportunity to go. So I was there, and I was attending a conference, and a girl came running up to me, and she said, Mrs. Carlson, Mrs. Carlson. I said, yes, and I didn't recognize her. She said, I'm in your online class. And I said, you are? She's like, yes, I just love it. I recognized you immediately from the videos. And she was bubbly and happy, and she acted like she had known me forever. And it really took me back, because I thought, it's working. Because one of my philosophies really is to try to put myself into the class online, and it's a video technology. So I do try to put myself in videos. I try to make videos. I try to talk over and incorporate myself as much as I can. So to reach a student and to feel a connection, I guess on a little bit of an emotional level, was really cool when we had never seen each other face to face prior to that moment. When I feel I can be useful and help someone, I feel good. I feel like I've achieved success. Now in the classroom, it's relatively easy being available, helping a student learn something, help explain an idea they're confused about. That's in your personal life, for me, it's very much the same. You see someone, struggling to get in their car, you help them out and put their groceries in. I mean, it's the same. So the idea of helping people, though, I think that's, for me, success. And as a department, I think if the department can help the industry in whatever ways they need, and then if the industry can help society and build environments that help society, I think the help looks different, but it's more the same. Being of service. What can I do to make something better or help someone out? That's the way I think.